Okay, hey guys, this is Lilith Evernight. I'm going to try to move in the right angle. Okay, so this is Lilith Evernight, and I'm just making a random video. I've been recording, and I've been just having creative ideas going on in my mind, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, what the hell, like, do I do next? But I just want to talk, sometimes it's just boring to just be in this freaking city. It's a small town, nothing to do. Everyone kind of knows you, kind of doesn't. You still don't know them, and you probably just, there's just times where you just want to, stick to yourself, I guess, and not always feel like, you know, like the way you used to feel in your hometown where you could just, call up a friend and say, hey, you want to hang out today? Sometimes you don't have those moments. So sometimes you got to just make the best of what you have. And so I just really been trying to work on my art, and it's like, the thing that I hate about living in a small town as well is that, it's like, how are people, like, you can't just say it's YouTube, like, you can't just say, like, oh, we just know about your info on YouTube, like, anyway, I'm not here to put no one on blast. This is not a bashing video. This is just me just talking about what I've been doing with my creative side. Where am I taking it? Where have I been taking it? I've just been writing a little bit, so I'm trying to get used to this hair though, like, because it's bothering me a little bit. Like, I can't tell. I can't really see with this camera like the way I want to. Like, the lighting is a little weird. So yeah, I've been writing some poetry, and let's see. I write poetry so that it could help with my music, because, like I said in my last video, I think I said that I didn't want to just start writing music just because it sounded catchy, but, like, I don't want cheesy lyrics now, so I really want something that hits the soul, really puts that pain in your, whatever part of you, that part is broken, and just heal it again, and, I don't know. So, let's see. This is something that I wrote a few days ago, so this is one of my poems. It says, I miss you, my heart beats of symphony, bleeding Enochian whispers. I swam oceans deep. Overdosing on you is sweet like a sugar pill. I know I'm a child of the Most High. I know he was a Babylonian. I look to the sky and say, Father, you know how I feel for him is real. And I hope that he felt the same way. Now I know why girls fell in love with bad boys. My heart was a black moon piercing over the veil. That's, to me, I think that's more like a song. I was writing that as a song. Like, I know it's a little poetic, but that's more of a song that I wrote. And, yeah, that's just how I was feeling at the time. It's not supposed to be religious. It's like, that's just my other way of speaking to the universe, because I have a very strong connection, with, the other side, and, that's how I communicate, and so, I can't even, like, see in the background, so, I'm trying to fix this hair, though. Yeah, so I talk to the universe a lot, and I talk to, God, Goddess, and, I was in a, special relationship with a special someone, and I think the poem kind of gives you a little taste. The poem about him being a Babylonian is about him being a Babylonian. The guy that I was in a relationship with, it was a very unique relationship because, like, you know, they say when you go in spiritual, your spiritual awakening, your journey, you, not maybe everybody, but like they say, sometimes, you know, you may have to choose a side. You may have to choose the light side or the dark side. And I feel like in my spiritual journey, like, I chose, you know, the light side. I chose the side that, you know, was not, you know, anti-Christ or whatever. You know, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, what, like, you know, like, whatever, you know. But that doesn't mean that I'm like religious or whatever. It's just I've experienced way too much to just say, like, you know, this stuff isn't real, you know. But um, he was a left-hander. He was satanic and all that. So that's why I called him a Babylonian. But who am I to talk? I'm a witch. I would be considered a Babylonian too, technically. But, there's a different type of witches. Not all witches are satanic. Not all satanic people are witches. And not all witches are, left-handers or in that kind of way. I can go in a whole nother tangent about that. But, yeah, that was just one of the things I started writing. So I would love to make that into a song. Okay. So I have another one. It was like, I think it was the same one, right? I don't know why. I guess I just have love in my mind, I guess. So it says, you were in my head like 1,000 songs, lettering my mind. Feathers amongst the ocean of dreams waving over me. If the ocean were... No, actually, I have the new version. I have the new one. I have this little sketchbook that I have that I've been using my art to continue my graphic novel, my graphic story that I was talking about in one of my other videos. So I'm still not done with some of these, but I'm not done with the art. I'm just trying to... This is not done. This is still needs some process. That's just one of my characters, though. That I did talk about. Her name is Amethyst. But yeah, that's just where I write my poetry and all that. But I'm trying to talk about the poems that I recently wrote, though. Let's see if I can find it. Alright. So, like, this one's not done. I know, like, it looks... Like, his face looks so weird on the camera. Like, yeah, his face looks so weird. Like, I noticed that I gotta, like, his neck looks so weird because, like, the line, the way, it fades away. The lines that I was drawing for his neck kind of faded away, so it looks like it's bigger than what it's supposed to be on the camera. So, anyway, back to the poem. That's just one of my characters, anyway. So, I put this a part of the story, though. This is one of my poems, so it says, you were in my head like 1,000 songs lettering my mind. I feather amongst oceans where dreams wander, waving over me. If a dream gazes into the abyss and finds an ocean, then I bear witness to your first steps, the first steps of life the ocean gave birth to. Your touch turned waters solid, magic, the hue of translucence. No, epiphanies were not blasphemies stitched up in your soul. They were symphonies, and you were my muse, my drug that I abused, yet never misused. The lunacy of love. I am a lunatic in the same way an abyss is not a black hole. Maybe it's my divine sovereignty that drove me crazy under the moonlight. You were the ketamine to my pain. Even though I'm numb, I can still feel you. The sun, the eternity of an extraterrestrial mind. So I think why am I talking about poetry and writing and all that is because I feel like I said before, I feel like writing is very spiritual and you can really channel information. So a lot of the answers that you're looking for are really true when they say it's within. So what I like to do when I try to find answers to things that maybe I may not know right now, I like to I like to just write poetry. I like to be creative about it. Or even if you're not creative when it comes to writing, it's just like get a diary and just write whatever, comes to your head. And then it just becomes a habit. And then you just realize, like, okay, I can get into the flow of this the more you do it. And then the more you write, and especially when you get more creative, I really feel like you'll go back uh, to those pages where you wrote all those things, all those poems or whatever, maybe even a drawing. You realize that that was a message. That was probably something way more than what you are, more than what you believe that you um, had came up with, and definitely I really feel like writing is spiritual. So I had just wrote this poem not that long ago. It was like just the other day. So I wouldn't be surprised like if I go like 4 months later or 2 months later and read it again and be like, oh wow, like I needed to actually read that. Like I really needed to know that answer. Now I got my answer. That's how like I feel, the universe really surprises us. Like writing is very spiritual and really gives you messages, and you can really, it definitely helps me channel in information. So yeah, I guess this video is just about, the power of writing and the magic of it. So, and just, I wanted to show my poetry too. And, you know, I love poetry, and poetry has helped me channel like information that I needed to know, answers that I needed to know. Like it really gives you hints. Like it's so crazy. Like once I started writing my book, like that I'm really like being truthful when I said that I got supernatural messages when I started writing this story that is called, the title is called Sick. And some of the characters are in there, but it's not just about the story. I have like plenty of pages and hundreds of pages. Well, not hundreds, maybe like over 200 and something pages that I had written over this book. And I never once hated writing it, but sometimes it can be a drag as well. But then when you really push through it, it really gets amazing and magical and like enlightening. Like you really learn a lot through writing and really learn about yourself. You really learn about what you need to know about the world too. It really teaches you the hidden things about this world as well, and maybe even the hidden gems in your life that you may need to know. So yeah, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and I hope you like my channel. All right.